¿Qué tal, amigos? Bienvenido aquí a otro segmento de su show favorito de Voces Latinas, Victoria Ortega, La Voz. Y hoy les traigo a una persona que nos va a estar trayendo unos segmentos súper especiales y le quiero dar la súper bienvenida porque nos va a traer todas las semanas consejos, tips de familia, de juventud. Así que démosle la bienvenida a Medgine Eugenio aquí con nosotros. Hola Medgine, ¿cómo estás?
Hola Victoria, ¿estás bien?
Muy bien, gracias. Bienvenida aquí al show con nosotros.
Gracias.
Well, tell us a little bit about yourself. How did you get here? Where do you come from? To all the people over there that might not know you yet, para todos nuestros televidentes que te conozcan el día de hoy, platícanos.
Well, let's see. Where I was born in Haiti. I moved to New York City when I was about 6 or 7, and I spoke absolutely no English. And I proceeded to learn everything at that age. And so I have my strong Haitian roots.
And you know, the beauty about it is that a lot of our community can relate with that because why? We come from our countries and we don't know a word of English and we learn it here. So that's amazing.
And I love that because when, as I grew up, it was like I didn't feel that I was American. I was an observer, which I think was good for me and good for what I do. You know how everything about how you grow up, everything about your life serves you. I mean, you could look at it as, oh my gosh, I'm in trouble, right?
Correct, yes.
Or you could look at it as it's serving you. So I see that I became this observer and I saw everything and I appreciated it. So it wasn't that like, oh, I'm not American or I'm not, but I'm just somebody who can see everything happening in front of me,
So when you migrate to the States, you move to New York, how does it tie it all in? How do you end up in Toledo? How do we are so gracious to have you around here?
Oh, life.
That happened, so I love it because it did happen to me too.
Yes, it's a long, interesting story. But, at some point, so I moved to New York from Haiti, and I lived in New York all of my life until my second year teaching mathematics. So I was a middle school math teacher. And I loved it, but something told me, well, I also love to dance. I love to salsa. Bachata is my favorite.
That's great.
So because I love to dance so much, I started learning to dance, which I thought I already knew in my room, but I started to learn more steps than just the same step over and over. And so I fell in love with dancing so much, which that was not my first time, right? I just always loved dancing. That's what took me to Arizona to train for ballroom and Latin dance. Yeah.
You're gonna be my best friend now.
Good. I need more people to dance with. So, but before I left New York, it was kind of ridiculous for me to be just in my career, right? Which was teaching math. And then I was like, oh, I'm just going to take a leave of absence in 2 weeks. Bye, And my parents, wanted to murder me. But they were like, nobody does that, right? But something told me, if you stay here, you'll never grow.
Wow.
You need to get out of your comfort zone.
Yes.
And, I was like, yeah, la, la, la. Okay, well, that was the end of comfort forever, right? But that's when I really began to expand, which takes me, to this moment right now where I'm doing things that are completely different, seemingly, from what I was doing then.
Amigos, déjenme les digo algo, porque entre sus movidas, quiero platicarles, ella nos está contando que se ha movido de New York, que se ha movido para Arizona, que se ha movido para varias partes porque su expansión ha sido tremenda. Pero les quiero contar un secretito que ella nos va a contar ahorita. Ella tiene sangre latina, así que tell us about that. You have some Latino gene in there.
Okay, so we still have to verify this, but I was sitting last year, I spent some time in New York, And I got to know one of my cousins on my dad's side really well because she had always lived in Haiti when we lived here in America. And she's like, yeah, and my dad's just doing whatever. And she's like, yeah, my mom. So she started telling me all kinds of things about my father because he lost his parents when he was really, really young and raised his entire family before he raised ours. So we got the nice grandpa version of my father, which is nice, you know? And so she said, yeah, your dad's grandfather is from the Dominican Republic. And she told me this whole story. She's like, yeah, maybe that's why you like dancing so much,
Yes,
right?
yes, yes.
And then my parents all my life, my dad, oh, wow, it's like you have some Latin blood. Well, maybe I do.
Yes, and she ended up over here with us, and what a pleasure it is. Now, let me ask you something. I know that this is all beauty, and I'm so glad that you're here, but I want, most importantly, for you to tell us, what are you going to be doing for us here? I want to tell you guys, she's going to be one of our hostess in her own segment, so you got to check her out. You gotta come back. Tienen que venir y tienen que ver su programación de ella porque va a tener un segmento ella solita, así que quiero que ahorita nos cuente tantito de lo que nos va a traer, de toda la información y el crecimiento que nos va a ofrecer. Así de que, tell us a little bit about it. What are you gonna do for us? What we're gonna learn from you?
Wow. So this all started at some point. So this was part of my expansion process. I was in Arizona at this point. Well, when I started just having emotional breakdowns, looking at the world, like, what's going on? Everything seems to be falling apart, right? And at some point, I had to stop watching all the news. So fast forward to when I just moved here from Connecticut, and that's when the Sandy Hook shootings occurred. And my mom said to me on a phone call, you don't know what happened at the school, you know, because I wasn't watching television. I wasn't watching television because I needed a break from all the information I was getting. And so this incident was so heartbreaking, and I was so upset. And as I followed the news, I started to see how the shooter was being vilified. And that people get stressed out emotionally, and then we turn on them. So we give no support in our culture. We don't give that support to what's going on emotionally, and then all of us get hurt by it. So I wanted to know, because this I see all of the isolation in school. So I wanted to know, and to me that's a part of bullying.
Right.
And I wanted to know what's the cure for bullying. And so I began doing a lot of research, and it led me to the cure really being emotional intelligence.
Wow.
So, which is basically two things: how well we respect our own emotions, which leads to how well we respect the emotions of others, how well we love ourselves, which leads to how well we love others. And so, but I'm seeing that if we teach children how to respect, and the way we teach children how to respect is by respecting them, that will change everything.
Wow.
Yeah.
Amigos, fantástico. Lo que me está diciendo ella ahorita es de que se ha dedicado, después de los shootings de Sandy Hook, ella se dedicó a hacer research para saber cómo podía ayudar a la juventud, a los niños más que nada, con sus emociones, porque eso no lo tenemos mucho nosotros los hispanos, no hay mucho en nuestra comunidad, ese apoyo emocional, ¿verdad? Entonces ella se ha dedicado en su trayectoria a saber cómo les puede ayudar a los niños, y la conclusión a la que ella ha llegado es de que cómo te respetas tú misma tus emociones y cómo le ayudas a tus hijos a respetar las emociones de ellos mismos. Entonces, como respetas las emociones de ellos, ellos también por consecuencia respetan las emociones de las demás personas. Como los enseñas a ellos a amarse, es como ellos aman a otras personas, y es recíproco. Entonces, su trayectoria, cada segmento nos va a traer enseñanzas de eso, y los invito a que se queden aquí con nosotros. Medgine, tell us how, if outside of your segment we want to reach you, we want to talk with you, what do we do? How do we reach you? How do we interact with you?
I have a YouTube channel where you can look up my name. That's the title of my YouTube. And also Instagram. Those are my two main social media channels.
That's amazing. And every week, right? We're going to have you here every week?
Yes.
Oh my goodness. So bienvenida al equipo de Voces Latinas. Es un honor tenerla aquí con nosotros. Así que quédense con más, que ya venimos.